Well, we're all hooked up.
Ready to go.
And where are we headed?
We are headed to Pocono Racetrack.
That's right. This is something different for us. We're going to go actually camp right at the racetrack. It's going to be boondocking, so we're not going to have any hookup, so that's going to be a new step for us. So this is our first time dry camping for more than overnight.
Yeah, it should be okay. We have water, we have solar, so we can charge our iPads and our phones.
Yep. And we'll be here 4 nights. Mm-hmm. So right now our battery level's at 13.3 and all our tanks should be empty. Yep. And we have 100% fresh water. So we'll keep track of this over the next couple of days and see how we do. Mm-hmm. Now we've done overnight with no hookups, Walmart parking lot and Harvest Host, but this is our first time that we've ever really done multiple nights. Now we've also done with no electric or sewer for 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we have a problem there. If anything, we'll run out of water first.
Right. But, I don't think we'll have a problem.
No. And thankfully the weather's going to be fairly, not cool, but not extremely hot.
Yeah,
so
it's not going to be hot.
We can keep comfortable by just keeping the windows open and such.
Right. So. And the dogs should stay cool when they're in the trailer.
Right. So, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
So, this is the first full day of our boondocking experiment here at Pocono Racetrack. On our solar level, we are at 12.7. Last night we got down to 13 when we went to bed, and it stayed there until we got up this morning. What's happened is now I'm running the inverter in the television, so that's drawing a little bit more electricity as we're producing it. Now it's only a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just using the solar panels on the roof. My next step is to plug in the additional solar panels and increase our output of solar, which should easily cover what we're using in the TV, running the inverter, and also anything else. Our idea is to try to produce as much electricity during the day and consume whatever electricity we can during the day while we're producing it. So our iPads and any other device that can be charged during the day will get charged during the day. That anything that happens to have a battery source on it that we can then consume from the battery at night, which is what we did last night when we kind of relaxed. Now we just turned on a couple lights when needed, but for the most part we just kind of sat and looked at our iPads and watched our iPads. So we weren't really consuming any electricity for the television or the inverter during the evening, and that helped save us power. So one of the things you're going to want to do when you're boondocking summer day is you're going to want to make sure you put your awnings out if you can, if it's not too windy. This will shade the trailer and help it keep it a lot cooler inside while you're boondocking, so that you don't miss not having air conditioning. At this point, we're still putting out, we still got 12.7 volts in the batteries, and we're putting out 5.4 amps of electricity using the 3 solar panels on the roof of the trailer. So I want to see if I can increase that a little bit. So we have a portable solar panel, which I'll get out next and put that out, and that can be pointed at the sun because it's still only 9 o'clock in the morning and the sun is still fairly low. So if I put that out and point it towards the sun, let's see what we can get. Okay, today is day 2 boondocking, and we're going to do a quick check on our resources. And you can see our batteries are at 13.9. We did not use much power last night. We sat out at a campfire and came back in and just used the lights a little bit before we went to bed. So very little energy usage last night, and they stayed fully charged pretty much all night. Our tanks, bringing in on that. Our gray is at 25%. We've both taken showers this morning, so two showers each so far. Black is at 19, and our fresh is at 44. So if anything, we're probably going to run out of water before we fill the other 2 tanks, which is about what it usually goes. So we're doing pretty good. Temperature in the trailer is 80 degrees. All the windows are open. We have the fantastic fans running. It is quite comfortable, as you can see. Dogs are hanging out, not panting. It's always a good indication of comfort. You comfortable, dear?
Yes.
Okay. So, doing good. Day 2. Got, let's see, 2 more days to go, and then we leave. And so we'll see where we're at by then. So one of the ways you can save water when you shower, that cold water you always get before the shower starts, you can catch it in a pitcher, and then you can use that to drain into your black water tank in your toilet to use instead for toilet flushing water. So what you want to do, you want to take your shower head and just run the hot water until the water gets warm. So you're already about there. And now you're ready for a shower. And you saved a couple quarts of water. You know, every shower, a gallon at a time during the day, and you're diverting it from your black water tank to your gray water tank. So it gives you a save. Alright, today is day 3. We've completed 3 days of boondocking without any hookups, and we'll give you a quick look at where we are on our tanks and our solar. Our batteries are at 12.8, and we are producing 11 amps right now, so we're kicking on solar pretty well. Our black tank is at 38. Our gray tank is at 50, and our fresh water tank is at 25. So we're still doing pretty good. We've got one more day to go. And our interior temperature is at 79 degrees. We've got the windows open, the awnings out, trying to keep everything cool. We've been able to do pretty much everything we want to do. Last night we actually ran more lights. I think the low on the solar came down to 12.7 when we went to bed. We had ran outside lights and inside lights when we came in for a bit. This morning we got up, we turned the inverter on and started watching TV, and that's why it hasn't really built back up that much from 12.7, but it will build up. It's only a little after 9 o'clock in the morning, so the sun is not even at the peak yet, so it's still at an angle. So when it hits the upper solar panels on the roof, we should be kicking a lot of solar in. So I've talked a lot about our solar system, so maybe it's about time we kind of dig into and share what we've got. You can see on the roof of the Airstream there's 2 solar panels, one right next to the AC and one right next to the forward vent. Those are 90 watt panels, and there's one more on the other side, so we've got a total of 270 watts of solar on the roof of the Airstream. And then we have 2 more 80 panels down here, and these 2 80 watt panels are wired directly into the charge controller, and so that all these panels work as one array, and they produce 430 watts of power, which seems to be plenty for the capacity, the battery capacity that we have. This is our battery setup. These are 2 6-volt AGM batteries, and they're wired in series. That gives us a full 12 volt. The capacity of these are 110 amp hours each, so 220 amp hours total. When you do the calculation for amp hours usage, you cut that in half, because you can only take the battery down to half charge. So I've got 110 amp hours of power. That seems to be adequate for running lights, running the TV, which is probably the biggest power draw that we have, and other things. So it works fine. If we wanted to get into something more heavy duty, like being able to run air conditioner or the microwave, we would need a larger inverter. Our inverter is only 1,000 watt, and we'd need more battery capacity. So that's the point where you want to start thinking about getting maybe lithium batteries or something. This seems to work well for the setup I want, and it wasn't extremely expensive. This whole setup was probably under $2,500, including the solar panels, the batteries, the charge controller, everything here. Another thing we do to conserve energy is we use our iPads. And we have Apple TV on our iPads, which allows us to watch regular TV programs. And so I will use a stand like this and set the iPad up at the kitchen table, and then we can both sit here and watch TV. Or if we got different things we want to watch, Diane will watch her iPad and I'll watch mine. We'll use headsets for that. But this works very good, especially at night when we're not producing electricity through the solar. We can then use the iPad, which has a battery in it, and we're not drawing off of the battery on the trailer, and then we can recharge these during the day when we're producing solar. So that works out pretty well. So Diane, we've just completed our longest period we've ever boondocked. We've done 4 days, no hookups, no electricity, no water, no sewer connection, nothing. And what'd you think? Did you notice any difference?
No, we had enough fresh water so we could take a shower every day and do dishes and give the dogs drinks of water.
Yep.
So it worked out just great for the 4 days we were here, or there.
Yeah, I think it did. I think the first night or so we were real conservative on electricity, but by last night, we had the outside lights on, the inside lights on. We didn't care, and we had no issue with using up the battery capacity. We were able to watch TV when we wanted to, charge all our devices, turn all the lights on, and the solar just recouped it during the day, and we were able to run things during the day that like that. So the only thing we missed was we didn't have air conditioning and we couldn't use the microwave. So I think it went fine. We still have plenty of tank capacity. We could go probably a couple more days. We used up all our fresh water this morning, but we do have another 5 gallons of fresh water in the truck that we could have added to the tank, and that would have got us probably another couple of days.
Right.
We had to be a little conservative on the showers. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I took a very refreshing shower every day. I didn't, and we didn't have to skip showers or anything like that. So
Right.
So I think we easily could extend this for probably 5, 6, maybe even a week. I think a week might be pushing it. We'd have to.
Right, we'd have to get more fresh water.
Yeah, definitely we'd have to make sure we have more fresh water. But tank-wise, and I think we would be probably. I think we could do 6 days. I think we could do 2 more days with what we've got in gray water.
Oh,
That's the first thing that would fill up.
Right.
We probably would need 2 more 5-gallon buckets of fresh water. But yeah, I mean, we brought water or iced tea pre-made to drink, so we weren't consuming water for that. So
Right.
that was a little extra water that we carried that way.
And that was just enough.
Yep.
So we didn't have to worry about making any more. So, we didn't need electric for the iced tea maker.
Yeah. So it worked out well. So when you watch this video, I hope you get the opportunity to learn a couple things about boondocking. We certainly did, and how we did it. And if you like it, or if you please give us a thumbs up. If you got any comments or want to share anything about your experience with boondocking, leave it in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you and hear what experience you might have had boondocking.
Right.
And what should they do?
They should subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe and ring the bell, since we'll send you a notification when we post new videos, and you can join us for the ride. So until the next time,
We will see you down the road.
bye everybody.
Bye.